Hi, this is Damien Qualter with this week's property news and views for June the 19th, 2009. First of four articles today, looking at the wider property investment and property news marketplaces. First article, home buyers surge. New home buyers inquiries rose strongly in May, increasing the seventh consecutive month. This backs up figures from the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors revealing the biggest surge in new buyers since August 1999. The number of homes sold by estate agent continued to increase, albeit from a very low level, to an average of 11.8 properties per month per agent over 3 months to the end of May. This compares to 10.6 properties for the 3 months to the end of April. Second article is, are surveyors stifling recovery? Over-cautious surveyors have been accused of stifling any potential in the property market by undervaluing properties. Commercial law firm McGrigor's believes that surveyors are undervaluing property by up to 20% of the sale price they actually achieve, meaning that many buyers are forced to look for larger deposits or see their sales go through. Undervalues also facilitate gesundering, a new phenomenon where a buyer reduces the offer they've made just before completion. Giving an example, if a house property price has been agreed of 120,000 and a buyer is seeking an 80% mortgage, requiring a 20% deposit, they'll be able to borrow 96,000. If a surveyor values the property at £100,000 instead, the buyer is only able to borrow 80,000, and they may need a deposit of £40,000 instead of £24,000. With builders' margins already wafer thin, defensive valuations are piling more misery onto the sector at a time when many are hoping they'd seen the bottom of the market. McGrigor says surveyors are permitted a margin of error in the valuations up to 20%. Valuations which are deemed to be more than 20% inaccurate could form the basis of legal action by the lender. Next article is, the house prices increased by 1%. The housing market showed a further tentative signs of stabilising towards prices rising 1% in April, government figures showed. Report for the Department of Communities and Local Government, so the average cost of a home in the UK jumped 1.1% during the month, while the annual rate at which house prices are declining eased to 13%, down from 13.6% in March. The average house price now stands at £189,215. The DCLG also added that other positive reports on the housing market, with figures published yesterday showing that the pace of house price falls slowed in May while home sales picked up. Another bit of good news, obviously, adding to what I see the bottom of the market. Final article this week is, fixed rate mortgages increase. The take-up on fixed rate mortgages increased further as the interest rate cycle has now reached the floor, according to the CML. In April, 69% of borrowers took out fixed rate mortgages with an average rate of 4.83%, the highest share since June 2008. The activity is still very low by historical standards, with 35,000 house purchase loans in April compared to an average of 88,000 in April, averaged over the last 7 years. The number of loans for remortgage continued to decline as a low reversion rates and stricter credit criteria for the best deals make refinancing less attractive. There were 31,000 remortgage loans in April, which was 22% down in March and 65% down on April last year. Gross mortgage lending in April was $10.5 billion, down from $11.5 billion in March. There were 22,100 loans to home movers worth about $3.1 billion, compared to 30,600 loans worth $5 billion in April last year. The lending criteria has continued to edge down, with the typical home mover putting down a 33% deposit and borrowing 2.63 times income, compared to 30% 2.69 in March. Again, we've seen slow but slight easing across the sector. Mortgages are becoming slightly easier, very, very slow improvements. Property prices now are beginning to stabilise, and rents now are starting to stabilise and increase. It is really, everything is angled now to invest in the property market. We have reached the bottom as far as I'm concerned, and this would give an excellent entry point for people trying to pick the bottom of the market. Obviously, it's very, very difficult to pick the bottom of any cycle, but everything now is backed in the favour of it being an excellent time to invest. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed property investment news and views, and look forward to speaking to you next week.